What if we told you 50 Cent just dropped some crazy news about Diddy? You won't believe what he said about how Diddy treated Craig Mack, one of his first artists. Is this just part of their old feud, or is there more going on? Let's jump into the story and find out how 50 Cent claims Diddy buried Craig Mack before his time. Get ready for some surprising facts, hidden truths, and a look at hip-hop history that could change how you see these legends. You won't want to miss this. 50 Cent, who's been working on a documentary about Diddy, has uncovered disturbing details about the tragic downfall of rapper Craig Mack. Craig's life took a dark turn after his time at Bad Boy Records, going from the challenges of working under Diddy to becoming entangled in a doomsday cult. But Craig wasn't the only one to face hardship after leaving Bad Boy. Other artists like Mace, Shine, and Loon also turned to religion after their tumultuous experiences with Diddy. Craig's story, however, is particularly heartbreaking. At one point, he nearly took drastic action against Diddy before succumbing to the emotional and psychological toll his career struggles had caused. So what exactly happened to Craig Mack, and how did his time at Bad Boy push him to the edge? Let's explore the tragic life of the rapper who once seemed destined for greatness. Born Craig Jamison Mack in the Bronx and raised on Long Island, Craig started his rap career as a teenager, going by the stage name MC Easy. His talent was undeniable, and his big break came when music industry veteran Alvin Toney introduced him to Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy was so impressed by Craig's rapping that he quickly signed him to the newly launched Bad Boy Records. Craig Mack was the first rapper to release music under the Bad Boy banner, and his 1994 single, Flavor in Ya Ear, became an instant hit, topping the charts and propelling him to fame. The remix of Flavor in Ya Ear was even more iconic, marking the breakout of the notorious B.I.G. and showcasing one of Busta Rhymes' early solo moments. With the industry buzzing about Craig Mack, Diddy promised a second album, teasing its release in a 1994 interview on Arsenio Hall. He claimed it would drop in January 1995, but despite the hype, this album never materialized, and Craig's career began to unravel. Years later, Craig revealed what had really happened behind the scenes. In an interview, he shared that while he was eager to release a second album, Diddy only offered him a fraction of the money that had been promised. Why hadn't Diddy fulfilled his original promise? When Craig refused to work for less than they agreed upon, Diddy allegedly threatened him, turning their relationship hostile. Frustrated and standing his ground, Craig considered taking drastic action against Diddy, but ultimately chose not to. Craig's refusal to accept Diddy's terms led to his departure from Bad Boy, but the damage was already done. His career stalled, and although he did release a second album in 1997, it failed to match the success of his debut. After that, Craig largely disappeared from the hip-hop scene, vanishing from the spotlight until he resurfaced in 2012, leaving fans wondering what had become of the once promising rapper. The unraveling of Craig Mack's career and life after Bad Boy is a sad reminder of the harsh realities behind the glamour of the music industry. How did the pressures of fame in the music business contribute to his downfall? As 50 Cent and Rolling Stone continue to shed light on these circumstances, can Craig Mack's story serve as a cautionary tale about the darker side of the industry? When a shocking video surfaced revealing that Craig Mack had joined a religious cult called Overcomer Ministry in Waldoboro, South Carolina, many were stunned. The Overcomer Ministry wasn't just any religious group. It was a secluded Christian commune where about 70 people lived in isolation, preparing for the second coming of Jesus. The leader of this group, Ralph G. Stair, was later arrested on multiple charges, including those involving young members of the cult. Despite Stair's arrest, Craig Mack remained loyal to Overcomer Ministry until his death, deeply affected by the emotional scars left from his time at Bad Boy Records. A recent investigative report by Rolling Stone uncovers more troubling details about Craig's life after Bad Boy. The report reveals that in the mid-90s, Craig was in discussions with Suge Knight about leaving Bad Boy to join Death Row Records. At the time, Craig's career had hit a rough patch despite the massive success of his hit single, Flavor in Ya Ear, and he was seriously considering the move. Suge Knight offered him a $200,000 advance and an $11.25 million recording budget, an attractive offer for an artist struggling under Diddy's control. However, things took a dark turn when Diddy found out about the negotiations. Craig had hoped to free himself from his Bad Boy contract by filing for bankruptcy, but after Diddy intervened, Craig was forced to withdraw the filing. He also had to agree to give up a portion of his potential death row earnings. Before Craig could finalize the move to death row, the tragic murder of Tupac Shakur in 1996 sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world, derailing Craig's plans. Left with nowhere to turn, Craig's situation grew even more precarious. In the Rolling Stone, in the interview, Craig's ex-wife, Roxanne Alexis Hill Johnson, shared how terrified Craig had been of Diddy, who she claims became vindictive after learning about Craig's potential departure. Puff was pissed Mac was leaving Bad Boy, she said. Puff kicked it off. He was the catalyst. I do feel like Puff's the trigger. He messed my family up. On March 12, 2018, news broke that Craig Mack had passed away at the age of just 47. Initial reports stated that he had died of heart failure, but Rolling Stone later revealed that Craig's death certificate listed HIV and AIDS as the actual cause of death. Even more startling was the fact that Craig had refused treatment for the illness. This revelation has sparked wild conspiracy theories, with some speculating that Diddy might have played a role in Craig's death, going as far as suggesting that Craig was deliberately infected with the virus. Although these theories remain unproven, Craig Mack's story is one of immense talent, overshadowed by tragedy. His fall from fame, his struggles with Bad Boy Records, and his final years spent in isolation with a cult paint a heartbreaking picture of an artist who never fully escaped the pressures and pain of the music industry. While some may find the theories surrounding Craig Mack's death far-fetched, they aren't without precedent. In the late 90s, there were persistent rumors that people were being injected with HIV as a way to eliminate them without leaving a trace. Even Suge Knight made a chilling reference to this during an infamous interview with Jimmy Kimmel, where he joked about injecting people with HIV instead of shooting them. Craig Mack's final days were spent in isolation with Overcomer Ministry, a controversial religious commune, as he dealt with serious health issues and the psychological trauma from his time in the music industry. Despite accusations against the cult leader, Ralph Stair, and the group's disturbing practices, Craig chose to stay with the commune until the end. His decision, along with his refusal to seek treatment for HIV, has raised questions about how deeply he was affected by his experiences at Bad Boy Records, and whether he ever truly found peace. 50 Cent's been vocal about the darker side of Bad Boy Records, frequently suggesting that Diddy played a role in the downfall of several artists. In a series of Instagram posts, 50 Cent has even called Diddy Satan and implied that Diddy might have been involved in the death of the notorious B.I.G. He also pointed out that many former Bad Boy artists like Shine, Loon, and Mace turned to religion after leaving the label, hinting that their experiences with Diddy were deeply traumatic. 50 Cent's upcoming documentary promises to explore these troubling themes further, diving deep into Craig Mack's life, the circumstances surrounding his death, and Diddy's alleged involvement. Fans are eagerly awaiting the documentary, hoping it will finally shed light on what really happened to Craig and whether the rumors surrounding his death hold any truth. As we wait for more details from 50 Cent's documentary, one thing remains clear. Craig Mack's legacy as a hip-hop pioneer will never be forgotten. So what are your thoughts on Craig Mack's tragic story? Do you believe his time at Bad Boy Records made him vulnerable to the influences that ultimately led to his demise? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.